Is meal prep a struggle for you? Do you find that it's really easy to get started with meal prep, but then by the time you're in the trenches, you're just not motivated, not feeling it, and you don't have enough time to fit meal prep in? Well, today we're gonna talk about the top 3 tips for meal prep and how to make it seamless. Hey there and welcome back, Dark Blue community. For those of you who are new, my name is Katie and I'm a dietitian and personal trainer here to help you get strong, confident, and connected with your body by mindfully fueling your muscles. I make videos on nutrition, mindful eating, and I make real-time fitness videos. So if that's something that interests you, then make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell below to be notified every time I make a new video. I upload every Saturday. So let's jump straight into those tips because I know you guys got no time to waste. You are busy and you are ready to get meal prep in. My first tip is to keep it simple. Sometimes when we get caught up in the meal prep-ness of life, we want to go crazy with it. We see those people on Instagram, those people on YouTube that just have all their meals for the rest of the week figured out, and your girl ain't that prepared. I am a very type A person, I will admit, but I am not that structured, nor do I want to plan every second of every day out. And I think that's a huge misconception with meal prepping, is that it has to be like those little bento boxes that like have rice, chicken, and broccoli for 7 meals for the rest of the week. That's not meal prep to me. It can be for some people and I totally respect that. But meal prep can be so much easier than we're making it. So girlfriend, what would I call a guy? It just seems weird to say boyfriend. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary folks, cats, dogs, Martians, anyone who's watching this, keep it simple. If you want someplace to start, here's my best recommendation. Start with chopping fruits and vegetables and having enough fruits and vegetables for the entire week. So typically to me, that means maybe 3 to 5 fruits and maybe 3 to 5 different veggies. You don't have to prep them all at once. Sometimes I break it up into a Thursday meal prep and a Sunday meal prep, just so I have fresh ingredients. But you can wash berries, chop up a watermelon, cut up some apples for dipping into peanut butter later in the week. And for vegetables, typically for things like broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots and stuff like that, I will chop them up so they are ready to be roasted in my air fryer later in the week. And then for things like carrots, if they're the bigger carrots, I'll cut them up. Same thing with cucumbers. And if it's, let's just throw out another vegetable, grape tomatoes, all you have to do is wash them. So get a variety of stuff that maybe takes a little more prep and stuff that just takes washing it, and you'll be good to go. Eventually what you can work up to is maybe having some cooked chicken prepared, some cooked rice or quinoa or roasted chickpeas, and you can have that be part of what you prep, so you can kind of sprinkle them throughout your recipes throughout the week, so you don't have to start from scratch every single night. But again, start with those fruits and veggies, work to something like proteins that are easy to prep, and then eventually you can move on to stuff like protein bites, protein muffins, doing your protein pancakes earlier. I don't know why all those things that I just mentioned have the word protein in them. I do like little snacks that have high protein. And if you're interested, on that note, the Dark Blue Nutrition Mindful Muscles Nutrition Guide has a lot of protein-rich recipes if you want to gain muscle and boost your confidence. So make sure to check out the link below. Right now I have a discount and it's only $20 instead of $35, a normal price. So if you want to catch that deal, make sure to tap that little link below and it'll lead you right to the nutrition plan. So back to my tips. All in all, with tip number 1, you're setting yourself up for failure if you have unrealistic expectations. I'm not saying that you have to, not meal prep at all and just give up. I'm just saying start small and work up and be realistic with what you can do. Tip number 2 is to write it out. This is something that got me for the longest time, and I wasn't sure why I was failing so hard at meal prep, and it was because I wasn't writing it out. And when I say writing, I mean physically writing it out. I am all for technology. I work for a company that's online. I do YouTube videos. Your sister does telehealth. I mean, I do a ton of stuff online, so I am a tech-savvy girl. But one thing that I don't like to do online is plan, because as much as I like Google Calendar and that stuff, I have to physically write out the things that I want to accomplish and what I want to do. So that relates to meal prep for me. So I do have some templates in the Dark Blue Nutrition Plan that I mentioned earlier, but right now I don't have access to a printer, so I haven't been able to print out those. So I purchased the Blogilates meal prep sheets, and it's been fantastic. They have a little grocery shopping list on the side that you can tear off, and it's just a really simple layout of your weeks and then your meals for the day. I like to spell it out and give myself an idea of what I could eat throughout the whole week: snacks, meals, breakfast, and otherwise. Now here's the thing with that. You may think, well, Katie, it's too hard to just know what I'm gonna eat the rest of the week and stick to it. And it's just too easy to get off the plan and not actually follow what I said I was gonna do earlier in the week. Here's the thing. I do the planning ahead of time and I write out all my meal ideas, but I'm not ashamed if I don't follow it to a T. What it's there for is if I'm having some struggles on Tuesday night for dinner and I don't have any clue what I could possibly make because I've spent all day making decisions and I'm facing decision fatigue by the end of the day, then at the end I can just go to my meal plan ideas and pick the recipe that I had for that day and say, all right, this is what we're making today, because I don't have any more room for decision making. I can't choose which Netflix show I want to watch for the 1000th time, let alone what I want to cook for dinner. So I'm just going to go with what I have on paper. That's how it helps me. Another reason this is really helpful is that you can kind of plan ahead if you're going to hang out with friends or go out to eat or do something like that. The things that we used to do in 2019 and now we can't anymore. But if you want to plan out those things, you don't have to buy as many groceries because you know that certain days you might be busy and you might not even need to meal prep. So it's kind of a thing that helps you be sustainable with the foods that you purchase, and also that helps with decision fatigue, because that is a struggle for me. Also, I believe I have a $10 off coupon code if you want to purchase something like the Blogilates meal plan template. She has a lot of great stuff on her website, so if you want to just have that free $10 off, then go ahead and use that. Then we can both benefit because it gives me $10 and you $10 off. Tip number 3 kind of connects to tip number 1, and that is be realistic. It's okay if your meal prep does not look like someone else's on Instagram, or it's not cutesy and perfect and in perfect containers and all that fun stuff. You want to focus on what's doable for you and what's doable long term. I would rather you prep just a tiny bit, maybe breakfast or one lunch for the week or a couple lunches for the week, than prep nothing at all and feel really stressed and overwhelmed by the end of the week. It's better to have prepped a little than nothing at all. Find a way to make it really easy for you and your lifestyle, and this could even mean investing in foods that are slightly more expensive, like pre-cooked chicken or pre-cut veggies, pre-cut fruits, stuff like that. These, yes, they can be more expensive, but if you're really truly struggling with having the time to meal prep, the reason those foods are so expensive is because someone is putting their labor and their labor hours into that food prep, so it adds to the cost of it. So it kind of makes sense that it's more expensive. And so if that's ultimately what you need, that is totally fine. I know people talk a little bit of smack on like having the pre-cut stuff, but I do it sometimes. I definitely love the pre-cooked chicken because that is something that's a really big struggle for me. Find what works for you. What works for you might not work for your neighbor, and that's okay. One thing I really love to do is to set a SMART goal around meal prepping. So something that's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. I also go over this in great depth in the Mindful Muscles guide, but essentially you want to be as specific as possible in a way that's measurable and realistic with your goals. So that could look something like, this week I will meal prep one breakfast and one lunch on Sunday at 10 a.m. That's something that you can easily measure and stick to, and something that's also realistic maybe for your schedule. You can of course tweak this to whatever fits your needs, but just a little bonus tip there for you. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And if you have any questions on meal prep or any video topics that you'd like me to do in the future, make sure to comment below. And even if you don't have any ideas, comment below and say hi. I would love to see all your beautiful faces in the comment section below. And I will leave some videos that are related to this in the end card if you want to keep watching and keep hanging out with me, and some in the description box. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.